Alright guys, it's going to be a little video on EDC knife options and my personal thought on what the perfect EDC knife would be, and kind of just my thoughts on EDC knives in general. So to start off this video, I did buy some new knives today. The first one is a CRKT Minimalist, and the other one is the Buck Vantage Select. And if you have been watching my previous video, I did get the Gerber STL20 and the Gerber Scout. So those four knives are a little new to me. Before, my EDC was very small, and I didn't have much of an option for the day. So let's kind of start from smallest to biggest here. And this first one is the Gerber STL20. It's just, to me, this is a gentleman's folder, a box cutter, a secondary blade to your primary, and yeah, that's pretty much all I think it's ever going to be to me. I don't think it's going to be anything like a fixed blade or a bigger EDC knife, but I like it. It's super light, and the cutting area that it provides for such a small knife is pretty good with the 2-inch blade, but it's kind of my personal thoughts on it. And that one was it's about $12 before tax, so that's another big thing that I like about that knife, is that it's pretty cheap. This next one is the CRKT Minimalist, and I was a little hesitant about buying a neck knife for EDC because I was kind of thinking that I was going to be more uncomfortable to wear a big knife, or not big, but fixed blade around your neck all day. But throughout the day, as I was carrying this, I just kind of forgot about it. You notice it every once in a while, but I like the neck knife option. I like that you can have a fixed blade compared to a folder, and these finger choils are just massive, so they just fit right into your hand. Some great grip on there if you do want to get some good hard use cutting out of that. This next one is the SOG Mini Aegis, and I have had this knife for about a year roughly, EDCing it every day pretty much. It is spring assisted, one of two in my EDC knife rotation. I have had a review on this, so go check that out if you want a little bit more in-depth view to that knife. This next one is the CRKT M16 1 or 10Z, and this was pretty much my first EDC knife, our first tactical looking EDC knife. I've had this for about two and a half years, and it's just gone through hell and back with me, so yeah, it's held up, keeps an edge. The only thing that I don't like is this dual lock system that pretty much takes two hands to do, so it's the only thing that I don't like about that. The next one is the Kershaw Leak, previously reviewed on my channel, and if you have watched that, you know that I am in love with this knife, and it's a great fast EDC knife, but it's not the hard use knife that I look for in EDCing sometimes. which brings me to the Gerber Scout. This is one of the new knives, so I don't know much about EDCing with it. I can tell you right off the bat that it is a little stiff. It's kind of hard to flick open. In my first impressions video, actually my last video that I have uploaded, it comes out of the package and you can't flick it out. It's about as far as you can get without wrist action. So, but playing with it today, opening, shutting, just kind of messing around with it, I have been able to open it if I wasn't around this tripod. If you heard that, it does flick open with a little bit of wrist action, not much. The backlock design, not a huge fan of it for an EDC knife. It's kind of hard to do the whole one-handed unless you go like that, but kind of risk cutting yourself. And the next one is one of my favorites so far, but I think that's just because I am a fan of a little bit larger knives. And this one is the heaviest of them all. It is the biggest of them all, and I'm pretty sure it's the most expensive of them all. A lot of these knives are under 50 bucks. I think the SOG is the only one that was above it because I bought that in the store, but that's not that big of a deal. This ran me 50 bucks even, pretty much. I did buy it at a store. I know you can get them cheaper, so that's the nice part about them. They, pretty much the reason why I like this knife so much is that it's beefy and you can do a lot of nice cutting with this. It's got the half serrations that come just razor sharp out of the package, and it is a liner lock design, which I do like for my EDC knives. I would prefer kind of like the SOG with the side locking here, but that's just kind of my preference. I like the one-handed, easy deployment and then closing it. So we're running down on my deadline, so I'll just kind of tell you what's going to happen in the part 2. I'm going to tell you guys about how I joined two knives together to kind of make the perfect EDC option, and kind of my thoughts on EDC knives. So I'll see you guys there.